Morning! I hope you're doing really well. I am in Andorra for the start of Andorra Epic and of course very excited. But before I get into all of that, what I want to do today is answer some of my most asked questions, which are around vlogging and how I film my videos. So a lot of people ask me what camera that I use, and the answer is, well, it depends. Over the last few years, I've ended up with a setup where each camera has a different job. I'm lucky now to be sponsored by Insta360, so I've got all of their cameras, I think nearly all of their cameras anyway, and I've worked out the best way to use each one for whatever it is that I'm trying to achieve. So in this video, I'll talk you through the different setups, how we can mount the cameras, why each one is perfect for each job, and just share some of my tips and tricks for making your own cycling content. So this is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, and if I'm only taking one camera on a trip, this is the one. I film about 80% of my videos on this because it is so versatile. Most of the riding POV footage, the pieces to camera, are filmed with this. And one of the main reasons alongside its size is the image quality. So it's got a large 1 1/3 inch sensor, which captures more light than you'd expect from an action camera. So it works really well, even early in the morning when I'm riding through trees and stuff. The lens has been co-engineered with Leica, so it has really nice colours, warm tones, doesn't look over-processed, and as it can shoot up to 8K, it means that I can crop into my shots later without losing the quality. I don't upload in 8K because it's too much for YouTube, but it's nice to have the flexibility to reframe your shots afterwards. One of my favourite features is the flip screen. So it sounds simple, but when you're filming yourself all day, it makes such a difference. Like, I can actually see that I'm in frame instead of hoping for the best, which saves me getting to the edit and discovering that I've chopped my head off. The flow state stabilisation is brilliant too. Whether I'm riding on rough roads or gravel, the footage stays really smooth without needing a gimbal. So that's the other reason I film so much stuff on this, not just the riding footage, but the talking to camera footage, because as I'm riding along, you know, I'm bouncing around and this manages to smooth it all out. I often use this with the mouth mount, which you can see here. This is not made by Insta360, but it's super good. And you'll often see this popping out of my pocket of my bib shorts. So I can just stick this in my mouth when I'm descending. You are actually meant... So the idea with this is you put these in hot water and then you chomp down on it. It molds it to your teeth, so you've got a super stable way of holding the camera. You've also got your arms in and everything like that. But if you are falling off, it will just, you'll let go. It will fall out of your mouth. So it's a safer way than having it mounted on your helmet, because if you fall and you've got something mounted on your helmet, it can be a little bit dangerous. You've got to make sure that it's mounted so it will definitely fall off and not affect the safety features of your helmet. You can select from a load of different modes. I like using D-Warp because I'm often vlogging with this and it gives you the most natural POV, but you can also use all these other action cam modes if you're descending or mountain biking and stuff. You can also mount it underneath your bike computer. You can have a chest mount. So if you're looking for one camera that does everything, this would be my recommendation. This camera creates the shots that people ask me about the most. It's the Insta360 X4 Air. And unlike a normal action camera, this records everything in 360 degrees. So it means you don't have to worry about pointing the camera in exactly the right place whilst you're riding, because it's capturing absolutely everything. And then when I get home, I can choose exactly what angle I want in the edit. And it's actually very straightforward to do that. So this has completely changed how I film, because I can concentrate on riding, just leave it running, and it can capture what I'm seeing as well as me, which is pretty cool. Obviously, one of the really key features with this is the invisible selfie stick, and the software removes the stick from the footage automatically, so it can look like someone's following you with a drone. I often use this with a tail mount kit to create those floating third-person shots that you see in some of my videos, and I like those because they show the scenery, my riding position and the road all in one clip. They're great for climbs, descents and winding mountain roads. You can also mount this on the handlebars using the bike computer mount or just a simple clamp, and that gives a quite immersive rider's eye perspective where you can see the handlebars, the front wheel, the road head and the movement of the bike, but also my face without having an arm in it holding a camera. It's also a lot safer. People often tell me off in my videos for riding around with one hand on the bars holding a camera. With this, you don't have to. So it shoots really high resolution 360-degree footage. It's waterproof, it's got replaceable lenses. If I want the most cinematic riding footage, this is the camera that I reach for. Trying to keep this kind of concise so it's not like massively overwhelming information overload. But next up is the Insta360 GO Ultra. And this is probably the easiest camera to carry because it's so tiny. It's one of those cameras that's so small that you almost forget that you've got it with you, which means that I often end up filming moments that I wouldn't have bothered with otherwise. So it shoots 4K footage, which is amazing for something this size. And because it's so lightweight, it's really comfortable to wear. So you can use it like this. It's also got the flip up screen that I like so much on the other camera. But my favorite feature is that you can take this part out and use it on its own. If you want, you can use it paired with this so that you can frame your shots using the screen. But what I normally do is just use it with this magnetic pendant. So you put this under your jersey and then you put this on top and it stays like that. It's so cool. There are loads of other different mounts and bits and bobs you can use. So there's this kind of, it's like an angle changing mount. So you could put that on to change the angle of the camera. I have ridden with this clipped onto the strap of my hydro pack before, or of course you could put this on there like that. And, I mean, there's all sorts of cool accessories for this one. The magnet is really strong. It comes with this kind of quick release thing that you put onto the little camera so that if it comes off the magnet, it's not gonna get lost or broken. So that's really cool. Because it's magnetic, you can get some really cool shots where you just stick it straight onto a pole and ride past, or well, you can stick it anywhere. The battery life is also really good for this one compared to previous generations. So yeah, I really like it. And last of all, it's not really a camera, but this is the Insta360 snap screen with a light. This, paired with your smartphone, means that you can use this camera to shoot yourself, but still see what it is you're shooting. Am I explaining that really badly? I think so. Basically, it's magnetic and you plug it in. Then, am I showing you? Oh yeah, look. So you can use it to see what it is that you're taking a photograph of using this camera lens, which is the better camera lens. If you use this side to take your selfies, it never comes out as well. So yeah, it's just a nice and fun little thing. It also has a light, which yeah, can help illuminate you for those beautiful selfies. So people often ask me which Insta360 camera they should buy, but I don't really think there's one right answer. If I'm filming a traditional cycling vlog with lots of talking to the camera, I'm nearly always using the Ace Pro 2. If I want those cinematic floating shots that look like someone is following me with a drone, it's the X4 Air. Ditto if I want to film both my view and a view of myself. And if I want something that I can carry around all day without thinking about it, it's the GO Ultra. More often than not though, I use a combination of two of them. So I'll probably have the Ace Pro in my pocket. I can use it to self-film those vlogging parts, pop it in my mouth for the descending bits, and I might use the Ace, and I might have the GO Ultra attached here for those hands-free descending shots and stuff. The snap screen is if I'm just using my phone for any filming or photos. The biggest thing I've learned is that it's not really about finding one perfect camera, it's about choosing the right tool for the shot you're trying to get. So hopefully that's given you a good idea of how I film my cycling videos and why I use each of those cameras. If you've got any questions about any of them, drop them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them.
You can also get a free gift using my code at checkout on the Insta360 store, and they've got their big deal days live now, so lots of discounts available.
Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next adventure. Bye!